Okay, well, welcome to another quick lesson for rather instructions for AS Media Studies blog post, specifically for project of film opening. I've already shared with you the checklist for magazines, but this is one of the most updated one for film openings. The whole checklist you can see are color coded. Some things are in green, some is in white, then comes this color, then purplish, like purple and blue, then orange. They are separate things, and everything is based on the Cambridge requirement of the process. This checklist ensures that the Cambridge examiner finds the process of research, planning, and production in your work, the refinement, changes, edits, which they intend to see in your work, then your individual contribution, as well as evidence of your preparatory or preliminary work, and then the final finished product, which is clearly labeled. And in the end, creative critical reflection, which is this part. So let's talk about them quickly, one by one. First of all, your homepage, the impression carries some marks. Well, these are my internal marks, uh, but you need to follow what is written and said. So homepage carries some marks, some impressions. So you need to be very thoughtful about it. Obviously, it's an individual work because each of the group member has to build an individual blog where he or she will be posting individual as well as group work. Then candidate introduction carries some percentage of marks and impression. Then coursework set brief, which is your understanding of the course of media studies at A levels. You need to write your own understanding in some like 300 to 500 words, along with you can add some screenshots from the syllabus, clarifying, sharing your true understanding of the subject with the examiner, letting him know that you got the idea of the whole program. Then comes research. Cambridge is very particular about research, and AI and GPT is exactly extremely prohibited. It's a no-go area. You need to be avoiding it. It's a criminal error. In other words, not exactly, not literally, but you can say you have to avoid it. You must avoid it. So, how research should be done? I have another video. You can find it in my channel. So I'll share with you in the WhatsApp group as well. I have already shared that how to do research. Let me just give you a brief idea that in research, for example, history and evolution of films, I will have to go and type this term in Google. And without Gemini's help, I will go to 7, 8, 9, 10 different websites, and then I will skim them, read them, uh, because my research should have some structure, just like a journalist or an article. It should have some introduction, it should have some abstract, it should have some, you know, details and then conclusion. And in order to make it look, pleasing to read, I will add some YouTube videos and images in that boarding text to make it look catchy. History means you have to go back all the way till early 19th century, you can say, till 2025, and how films evolved from, without audio, then black and white, then, Charlie Chaplin era of 12 frame per second videos, then colored films, then moving on to, you know, uh, 3D films, IMAX cinemas, and then home theaters, and then streaming platforms. So the film has seen quite uh, a lot of innovation and evolution. So you need to go to several websites like 8, 10, 15, 20 sites. And whatever you find interesting and understandable, you can. This is my suggestion. This is one way of doing it. You can do your style as well. But my suggestion is like you can you have to open two Word documents side by side. In the left one, you can copy paste from internet whatever you like, whatever makes sense to you, and you can copy paste it in your left side's Word document. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, whatever makes sense to you, right? And in the right side of Word document, the other document, you have to, you know, uh, rewrite everything in your own words. Do not use AI. Do not humanize it. Use Humanize it by your own self. I mean, you should not be taking help from any form of AI tools in any possible situation, for research only at least. So in the you have like two Word documents open in front of you. One is in the left hand side of the screen, the other is right hand side of the screen. You're copying from left side, you copying from the websites and pasting in the left side of the screen, left Word document, and then you are rephrasing it in your own words, manually, humanly, right? You are rewriting, you're writing like 1,000 and 1,500 words of history and evolution of films in your own words, in your own style, following some good structure, right? And the right hand side Word document now contains everything written by the candidate, which is based on, and here the candidate is a compiler. You are not inventing anything, you're just compiling in your own words the stuff which you learned from 8 to 10 websites. And you cannot forget to give references and citations in the last part of this research, in the bottom of the research. And this is a blog post. Okay, so this is guided in that video further thoroughly. You can have a look at that. So uh, research, then we have to the Cambridge is expecting us to do a bit of research. So research into history and evolution of films, then different types of film based upon length and format, then based on content and style, like short film, feature film, series, and then documentary film, narrative film, and experimental films. Then common types of film openings like cold open, prologue, day in the life, inciting the incident, and so on. Then comes research and analysis of different types of film opening titles, how they give opening titles. Some are such stylized and animated, others are very minimalist, thirds are scene-based opening titles. So Cambridge wants you to explore all these basics first and share them in your own words on your blog, and then start something yourself. Then comes types of fonts and typography used, and this is individual work again. Then comes different types of common film genres, film lighting, research on film editing styles, film color grading, then film representations in film, like how genders are represented, how races are represented, ethnic groups, and Western versus others or non-Western regions are represented. You have to talk about it, and it carries good number of percentage. Then comes codes, and like Roland Barthes semiotics theory. You have to research and share with the examiner that you went through it with some image and some details. Obviously you will take help from internet, you will go to different websites, and then you will rewrite your own findings in your own word with some images, with some images from films, or with some video clips from films or series or seasons, maybe present, maybe historical, just to make a point that what did you learn, that how things are, symbols are coded, and how audience decode them according to their own understanding. Then comes research and analysis on narrative theories. There are a bunch of plenty of narrative theories. You can write about four, five, six, seven of them, including these. And obviously, you have to go in a bit of details. Then comes the class assignment, which is individual work. Like, since you are going to do a film opening, so you should be trying different kind of camera shots, camera angles, composition, and movements. So, or each of this has to be like 5 to 7 second long shot, showcasing your understanding of work and how they will be posted. They since Wix blog has very limited 500 MB space, so you cannot post them. You should not post them directly in your Wix gallery. Rather, you should post them on Google Docs in some folder, not Docs, Google Drive on some in some folder, and you can move uh, everything there, give them a useful meaningful name like long shot, full shot, each of the video clip, and then you can add a button in this blog post leading towards your Google Drive folder, which should be accessible by anyone. It should not be private, and this is how you can share your assignment with Cambridge and with me, obviously. If you want to make it more desirable, you can make subfolders there and add separate buttons in your blog. one button under camera shots, other button under camera angles. So this will make your work look more in number and more detailed. Then comes, and once you are done with everything individually, then comes the time to introduce your group or team if you're working in a team. And then roles allocation and understanding my role, like initially what role did you get or did you picked, and based upon that role you are now ready to do a practice preliminary video film opening. The maximum size of the film opening project, whether it's a preliminary or final, should not be exceeding 2 minutes as per Cambridge rules. So it's a website section, means it's not a blog post. It's a separate website section, and you have already made a preliminary button on the top of your Wix website. So then comes the log line. What is log line? The one liner idea of your preliminary film opening. Then comes synopsis, like 70 to 150 words. Then comes mood board. What is mood board? Mood board is like a collage of images which you will take from internet. Okay, those images will be taken from internet, and uh, that will match with your idea. For example, I'm making a murder mystery, a 2 minutes film opening as a practice preliminary project on murder mystery, and I have certain scenes in my film, so which I've imagined or planned. So I have to look for similar scenes or images over the internet and make a collage either in Canva or in Photoshop or in any tool I have, even in my mobile phone. And I have to, arrange those like 10 to 15 images or maybe 7 to 15 images. And I will write the name of my this preliminary video in between somewhere, one of the tiles of the collage, and then I will save it, and I will save it as an image, and I will post it here in the mood board. Then comes script. How scripts are done, scripts are made. I'm gonna share with you. I've already shared you by the way, but I can open it in front of you as well, and you can find it in my WhatsApp as well as notes. So let me try to show you people kind of a mood board which may be matching, you know. Yeah. Today's agenda. Mood board is a term taken from interior design, but filmmakers later adopted it just to give idea to the investors and producers that what the whole idea is all about. So I am going to show you script, how script for the short films or film openings are made. And I'm going to, yeah, share with you on screen as well as in the WhatsApp group. I have two or three very damn good documents I'm going to share with you. So first of all, what's a script? I'm going to share with you people this document too. Script and screenplay, there are alternative names. If it's written for the theater performance, you can call it a script. If it's written for us on-screen recording, I mean, for film, you can call it a screenplay. So there's a scene heading, there's a subheader, then action, the character, dialogues, practical extension, transition, shots and so sort of things. So the first page normally carries the title of the production, like what your name of your preliminary film opening, then the name of the uh, authors or authors. In your case, the team member who has come up with the idea, or two team members who have decided the idea. Then comes the address of your production company or contact information. You can write your college address as well if you wish to, with details and contact number. And then comes a second page where it typically starts with fade in. Exterior means outdoors. Writer's store, name of the location actually. It could be school basement, or it's like a house basement if it's a horror film. Day or night, you can write here. Then you just write introduction. In the heart of West Los Angeles, a boutique shops, large open sign glows like a beacon, you know. Then comes next short, but if you are using some transition like dissolve, you will write transition here, and then again explaining interior, write a store, sales floor. Then in that stores, what floor you are there, and again time of the day, and You would give some description like Anthony, Canadian Italian story specialist, extraordinary 30s and not getting any younger, ambles over. So you'll write introduction of your first character, which is revealing on screen, and then their dialogue center a line like this. The writing style is Courier Sans, and it should be always be Fourier Sans because it gives, this is inspired by the typewriter. And just to carry on the legacy, they still use the same writing font to make it look authentic, actually. So I'm going to share with you this document, and I'm pretty sure it will be helpful to you. So one a team member can be a scriptwriter, or maybe two of them, or all of them, depending upon what you want. I have shared another document with you people, which is giving you further clear idea in different way, but the idea remains same. How scene headings are written, how subheadings are written, how transitions are written, how character introductions are written, actions, dialogues, and extensions, parenthetical, and then camera shots, and so on. So I'm pretty sure it will be of good help to you. Then comes auditions. In auditions, what you will do, you will in that blog post. Sorry, it's not a blog post. It's a website part. One section having multiple things. Preliminary is one section, and I'm gonna show you what am I talking about right now. About for regarding the one section. Let me take you to a website as a sample, and let me show you what do I mean with the website section thing. So I'm gonna reshare now. Let's say this is your landing page, and the examiner will go to preliminary, and this is a website section. This is a blog where everything will be posted separately with dates like January 13, 2023. Everything will be posted separately. Everything is separate thing, separate post, but this thing is not, it's a website section, not a blog. So everything is posted in one long page, one long section with your uh, log line, with your synopsis, with your idea, with your, this is a mood board. Now this is clearly telling the mood of the production. This is the music videos website actually. So music videos regarding, it's a sad song, you know, it's quite evident with this silhouette shot and this one. Then comes short list and so on. So this is what I mean. I meant by one website section. So heading back to our checklist. So mood board, then comes script and auditions. In the auditions part, you will post images of your audition setup. Number one, you can hold an auditions thing, audition process in your school in some empty classroom, where the in the picture I could see you and your team members standing with camera, whereas your character standing maybe at the right hand side or 5 feet away from you. You are capturing them, and these can be still images or they can be tiny video shots as an evidence behind the scenes, right? Along with that, you have to show the samples of auditions, the videos. It can be 5 to 10 seconds, 7 to 10 seconds long video, where if you are shooting a song, music video for preliminary, then they would be doing lip syncing of that song for like 10 seconds, maybe the same lyric. If you are doing a documentary and you are doing auditions for a narrator, then you will be giving them a line or introduction, either from your actual documentary, the prelim documentary, or any random professional lines where they will be saying those lines with expression, with seriousness, and you will be capturing their 10 seconds. They can do the same thing at home at the comfort of their own mobile phone, and then they can share with you those 10 seconds of clip, which will be posted ultimately here. So they can be done in school, they can be done by your characters at their own places, and everything will be posted ultimately in this part as an auditions. Then comes mock shoot and camera rehearsals. Once script is done, auditions are done, ideas finalized, then you will do the first attempt for recording. Okay. And that's called mock shoot. In mock shoot, you test your capabilities of your actors, your gadgets, and your team capabilities, that the way you perceived, how far were you able to do it. Okay. And then comes Then comes risk analysis. Once you are done with the camera rehearsals or a mock shoot, you came across problems regarding actors, regarding gadgets, regarding locations, regarding the weather. So you are expected to write about it all. Then comes equipment list. Here you will showcase. So since you did a mock shoot with available equipment or whatever equipment you thought of, then you realized in the risk analysis that you need certain equipment, maybe lighting, maybe tripod, maybe some gimbal, whatever comes to your mind, which you can arrange. You have to share the list here. For example, if I share with you a sample, it can be anything written in Word, a grid, or a table. It can be written in your Apple Notes or any notes app, up to you. But to make it look formal, a proper grid will be better. So let me show you a sample if I am able to pull any thing appropriate. Oh, yes, I think I am able to. So this could be your equipment list where, this is a sample for like a magazine shoot where they shot, or one can shoot from their mobile phone for at least for preliminary. So what camera your phone has, the phone is Xiaomi Redmi Note NS tripod. They have used the phone lenses the phone had by default, and they have mentioned they may be using them. Secondary phone camera to record BTS. Lighting is again part of equipment. Spotlight, LED portable lights, LED diffusers, flashlight, maybe extras, paper, markers. Then comes prop list. What props will come in on camera on screen will be used. Then comes costume list. You need to mention your costumes and then schedule on what day you are going to shoot your preliminary practice project. I hope it's making more sense to you. Then comes equipment list, prop list, budgeting. In budget, you will mention all the expenses, whether uh, you are able to rent them in or you borrowed it from someone. You have to uh, add a price column to it, and you can write zero or nil if that thing is arranged as a favor, you can say. So budgeting and location recce. What is location recce? For location recce, you have to share photos of the location as well as you have to fill a form. Let me show you. This is called location recce form. I'm going to share the empty form with you where it says scene number, day or night, interior or exterior, the address of that location. A script location means uh, what are you naming this place in your script? It can be, you can say, principal's office, but actually it's the office of your dad or your uncle. So that's how script location and relocation. Then if you're shooting in interiors, then you have to fill up here. But if you are not, then none or any not applicable. And here you will mention about the light sources, ambient noise, traffic, and obstructions, etc. Then you have to write here the first impression, that what impression you get when you look at this location. Great ambience with bright natural lighting and green background for taking videos, let's say. And problem limitations, public park. So you have to mention the actual problem and limitation and the overall look of the location, and then date acquired and permission obtained, yes or no. And you also have to add still images or 5 to 10 second long shots or panning shots of that location, so that at your office or school or college, you could discuss with your teacher or your group members that what's so good about that location and what's so not good about that location. And again, you have to post it online for Cambridge too. So heading back to again budget, location, BTS, then editing. In editing process, you will add screenshots of your editing timeline, some of them, not all of them, maybe some of them, maybe 5 to 10 of them. Uh, and also you know, you will put your move your project. Either you edited it in Adobe Premiere Pro or CapCut or Filmora Wondershare or Sony Vegas or DaVinci Resolve. You, it's more desirable if you put your project properly with subfolders in a folder in Google Drive for Cambridge to review if they wish to. That can be another plus point. But at least your screenshots of editing process should be posted here. Then screenshot of color grading process, and then sound credits. For sound in film opening, you might be, downloading them from free sources or royalty free sources, or maybe from some, well-known source. You have to give them credit either by contacting their team over Instagram or Facebook social media, or sending them email. You may or may not get reply, but you have to add screenshot that at least you tried to inform them or contact them, and letting them know that you are using their intellectual property, their creative property, for purely for educational purpose and non-commercial reasons, right? So we have to put evidence here in the form of screenshot. And then the learning outcome. Once the whole exercise is done of preliminary, what did you learn from script writing to mock shoot to mood boards to, you know storyboards to budgeting and project management, color correction, and the learning outcome. Once you are done with this, then comes the time for your uh, let's take a pause and we will resume from this point onward shortly. So, welcome back. Once you are done, then comes the time for your pre-production. Like your team is warmed up now. So Cambridge wants you not to just decide your topic all by yourself, rather involve people around you. So you need to make an Instagram poll or Google Forms asking people questions regarding the genre, regarding the style of short film or film opening you are making, and stuff like that. We can have further discussion on that. After that, analysis of the survey. So whatever the survey results comes, you have to make analysis of that. That each question of that survey can have a separate slide in the analysis, and where you are decoding what your survey was all about. Let me just give you a quick view of it as an example. So let's pause here and let me take you to that uh, idea. So here I went to Google Forms or forms.google.com, or you can simply write Google Forms in Google search engine, and it will take you to Google Forms, something like this, where you can click on blank and you can create a form. I have already made one of the forms which gives you options regarding questions. I have asked gender, age group, and what this is for a magazine, so I'm asking people what do they think I should make my magazine on. Do you think magazines can make a difference? What format do you think should I go for, e-magazine, print magazine, or both? So something like that. You can make a uh, poll on your film opening. You can ask about the genre, you can ask about the uh, for example, thriller or mystery, or you can ask about the style of opening. Should it be very very bombastic, followed by like actions, rather a very calm opening, depending upon the people. You have to formulate a form and ask people as mandatorily required by Cambridge. And once it is filled, uh, the Google form gives you responses. So in the analysis presentation, each slide will have an image of the graph and a little bit of explanation, your analysis that, for example, here you can say that 66.7% of my audience were females and 33.3 were male. So predominantly it was more girls who responded to my survey, and they, but then you can talk about the age group, then you can talk about the choice, like here. 66% voted. It's purely, for example, that's why it is maybe self-filled by me or maybe some of the classmates, students. But in your case, there will be different colors and majority. Uh, uh, the idea of from the majority or suggestion of the majority, you will choose as your genre for film opening. So heading back to our again PDF. So here you are going to let Cambridge know. Now it's like all are it's all group work. And this is all group work. It's clearly written here. Genre, what genre did you finalize based upon the feedback from the people? Then name selection. Here you will add screenshots of your maybe chat of WhatsApp or maybe WhatsApp video call or maybe class or coffee shop sitting together, like you're planning something and some fourth person or fifth person is taking your photographs that are behind the scenes, you can post them here and you will disclose the name for your film opening preliminary, rather, sorry, it's your final film opening because the reproduction now, the practice film opening is done here. So here you will, you can even mention your some of the suggested names and the finalized name will be again mentioned here. Then comes reference film openings, like from where you are getting inspiration from. Then you will post here again the picture of your meetings where you are developing a script. Then one liner, log line, synopsis like 150 to 200 words. Then your final script. Now you know how to write a script. Then mood board, storyboard. Storyboard, what is storyboard actually? Storyboard are drawings uh, of your idea, and you will, I'm going to share my screen once again. You will let's say your film opening is of 1.5 minute long because it cannot be more than 2 minutes as per Cambridge rules. So you have to make drawings of the most crucial important shots of your film opening. Your film opening can have one scene or two scene or three scene or 10 scenes, it depends. Not 10 actually, but in that scenes, in those scenes, the most important shots you will draw there, like sketches. This is called storyboard. And after this, there's a short planning list. What is short planning? This is very highly useful, where you plan your entire film. If it is done, means you are completely done with your project. It's just a way of like hitting the record button. That's all. So let me show you short planning sample. Just a sec. So this is short planning where you talk about how many scenes you have in your film opening, and in every scene how many shots you have. Like this scene number two has two shots. Both are in cafeteria. He's making cup of coffee, the visual, and while sipping coffee peacefully, he suddenly remembers. So you're talking about the scene number, the shot number, the scene name, the visual, what is happening on camera, audience, what are they able to see ultimately, what kind of shot size is it, what angle, what movement, then duration, then who is playing in that clip, in that shot, the actors, then location, and then indoor or outdoor. Here you are planning actually your camera work and if you need sound or not. So this is called short planning. This is very detailed. This is very time taking. But if you are decided, and here you will take help from your inspirational videos from where you are taking a idea from or inspiration from. But if you have failed this, you have to fail it, by the way, to a minute level, which means that you are done with your entire project. You just have to hit the record button and your recording will be done, because now the cameraman or the people know that what exactly is required in that particular shot, in that particular scene and overall film opening. So heading back to the checklist again, there you go. Then comes your call sheet. What is a call sheet? I'm gonna again share with you. Call sheet is a document primarily. I'm gonna open a sample in front of you first. Call sheet is a document which is filled for every day, each day of shoot. If you're doing a 1 day shoot, you will fill this document, one copy of it. If you're having a 2 days, then two. But it says the name of the key person, producer, director, and so on. Then the name of your film opening, whatever the name you're giving it, the date, lunchtime, it's international format mandatorily, call time, what time you are expecting to begin, weather information, first aid kit, medical information, then production office address. It can be your home address or it can be your college address. I think since it's a college project or CIs, you can mention your school or college address here. Then nearby hospital, it's mandatory. Then comes, like I mentioned, the call sheet is filled for each day of shoot. So on that particular day, how many locations you're going to go, location name, location address, if there's parking or not, and the contact person of that location. And then what scenes are you going to do on that particular day? And how many cast member would be utilized and how many pages of the script and location names, the quick location names within that location, a classroom, common room, corridors, stuff like that. And then what actors are required on that particular day and what are their roles and call time and what time are they required to be ready on the set so that the makeup artist could be making them ready. And it's job of an assistant director's first AD or second AD to make sure that things go according to plan. And what time are they required to show up on the set for recording, for shooting. This is next day schedule which can be left, this one, sorry. And you can here, you can mention about the props and set design, set requirements, and then comes in detail who is doing what. You can leave them not applicable if it's not relevant to you, but some of them will be. This is how a professional call sheet is filled, and mostly in full formal professional productions, assistant directors fill them, and Cambridge wants to train you. And then comes heading back to our checklist. There you go. Then we have character description. Here you will write about your character, the main character or characters. Uh, how do they look and what are their, your preferences of gender and height and dimensions. Then costume preparation, and then comes auditions and casting process in the same way you did in the preliminary. Here you will do the same thing again, then finalizing cast in this blog post. These are blog posts now. This is our website section. Sorry, the preliminary. Okay, the website section thing is over, right? So this is let me take you. This is our website section, and now everything is being done as a blog post, and you know how to do the blog posting. I've already trained you by showing you in live lessons as well as the videos. So heading back to my PDF. So this was the website section and the everything else is a blog post. And so prop list, equipment list, location, budget, mock shoot, risk analysis. And then comes once your shooting is, once you are well prepared, everything is in place, then comes your production days, means shooting days, shoot day one, shoot day two, maybe. And once you will post in these blog post uh, footage clips of that day, you will post them in a structured, organized folder in Google Drive. You will make that drive publicly accessible, and you will add a button on this blog post towards that folder on Google Drive, and you will put your uh, needed footage, not unwanted footage, needed footage of from that day, which you may edit in your final project. Same goes to shoot day two. Even you have done it in a day, you can divide them in 2 days to make it look more, you know, like sane and more proper to the Cambridge that you spent 2 days at least on this process. Then comes production challenges. Here you will talk about after 2 days of shooting, what challenges did you face? Challenges regarding equipment, regarding actors, regarding location, regarding your equipment, gadgets, regarding your like weather, time of the day, and stuff like that, permissions maybe. Then comes once the shooting days are over, then comes editing process, which is called post-production. In this blog post, you will put all your footage here, and you can add, you know, thumbnails of your all folders, which is called dumping and selection of footage. Then you will, out of those footage, you will make first cut which will just start to make sense, removing unwanted part of the clip and adding them together, connecting them together, may or may not be having any good transition between every shot. Just a rough idea. This is called rough cut. Then you will find it and you will add a first cut, which is called first proper edit of your film opening. And then Cambridge want you to take feedback from your classmates. Here you will add photos of behind the scenes of classmates uh, giving you feedback while you are on projector screen, discussing with them, right? So then second cut, based upon their feedback, you will make another version of the project. And once done, you will share it with target audience, which is your audience from the college, from your circles, from your friends of friends and family. And you will take their feedback, and their feedback can be shared on this blog post in the form of uh, like chat, WhatsApp chat screens, and mostly. Then comes based upon their feedback. If you choose to reshoot something, it's a bonus marks. You can reshoot, or otherwise you can just do another version with color correction, color grading, and that can be called your third cut. And then you will give sound credits the same way. And font and typography used in film opening, you will mention them not just by your name but their image. Image of font means, for example, instead of saying I have used Bebas or Times New Roman Fold, I will use the word, let's say, I'm gonna write the word Bebas here, and I'm going to go to images, and I would like to add this, this image in this blog post where I'm talking about the fonts I use. So instead of writing the name only, add the image. It looks more good. Effect that in my opening titles, what fonts did I use, and or how I feel about it and why did I choose them. Then moving on to further, then comes public viewing. Here I will post my final cut, final video on YouTube or Instagram, and I will make it public. And then I will just take screenshot uh, of my video being on a public platform in this blog post. Then I have to post behind the scenes. I have to post bloopers. I have to post reaction videos by actors as well as by friends and family. It can then actors reaction videos and calendar and timeline, and then final film opening here, like it says in like a finished product clearly labeled. So this is the final. Since they have already many versions, it can be a bit confusing. So here you will repost the final version here. And then comes creative critical reflection. This is the last part. It carries a lot of weightage. It's very important. So we will have a separate class on this, but uh, till 79, I hope it's clear now. Uh, I'm going to share with you calendar and timeline things right now. Just bear with me for a moment. Let me just give you some hint or idea. What do I mean by calendar and time? So I'm going to take you to this blog post. Here you can see calendar and timeline. If I click here, you can see what the candidate did in a certain month. If we see September, it says genre, idea, narrative construction, uh, maybe editing the video, questionnaire. It's a preliminary video. I'm pretty sure about it. September. Then comes October. Uh, it's a week version. Like that was a month view, and it's a week view, week by week view of September to add further details. And then comes October, and then week by week view of October. You can go for just a month view or maybe a week by week view, if up to you. So this is called calendar time. What did you do in September, October, November, December, Jan, and so on. So this is what it's meant by calendar and timeline. And that is all. uh, this checklist is ensuring that you get a maximum good grade from Cambridge, since it contains sufficient details to uh, persuade the examiner that you followed the process of research, planning, and production. You followed and the process of refinement. You shared your individual contribution. You shared your preliminary group exercise, which is preliminary video. Then the finished product is clearly labeled, and then comes critical reflection. So that's all from my side. I hope this video is good enough to help you out to understand the psychology behind the checklist, the blogging, and Cambridge, uh, how important the Cambridge guys and Cambridge give it. And that's why the in other words, they do value your final product. They do look at it in a very critical way. They want to see good audio, good picture quality, good sound design. But the kingmaker is the last nail in the coffin will always be your blogging. If your blogging is extraordinary, if it's good, they may award you a good grade on a mediocre product. I'm not saying they will, but they may. I've seen a lot of examples of mediocre music videos or mediocre film openings getting a good grade because of their good blogging. And the vice versa, or the otherwise is also true, which means that I've seen an extraordinary film openings getting an average grade because of average blogging. So I'm hopeful that this video is good enough to help you out in your understanding that how things should be done. And feel free to reply back to me or ask me if you face any problem or confusion or further needs any guidance. So see you in next lesson. Take care. Bye bye.